All right, what's good, y'all? This is your man right here, Kurt ICE for Shades Radio, and we're gonna be walking you through how to create some tracks on Suno AI. All right, a lot of y'all been asking me how to put these things together. How does it work? You're a little bit confused about it, but it's very simple. It might take a little bit of patience to get used to, and it'll take patience in order to go through generating the amount of songs that you need to get to the one that you like, right? But to create any particular song that doesn't have any specific parameters to it, it's very easy. So when you come to the page, you're going to come to the create page. It's going to look sort of like this right here, all right? Your page is going to look like this. Okay, and on here you can see that there's a little window up here. It says song description, it says custom upload audio. We're on version 4, which I think is only available to paid membership, but it's only like $8 a month, so it's up to you. But otherwise, you're going to be getting like a version 3, and it's a little bit different. It's not as good as version 4, obviously. So on your create window right here, you're going to describe in 200 characters that's including spaces and commas, 200 characters. You're going to describe what you want the song to be about or sound like. And you can go from anything to describing where you want the song to go to describing what kind of genre it's going to be in. Usually on something like this, when I first started to use Suno, I put mostly the genre in, and then I just gave it a subject matter or a tagline or a lyric that I wanted to highlight. For instance, let's go to one of these old tracks that I know was made by Suno. Because you can let Suno write the lyrics for you, or you can write your own, or let ChatGPT help you. That's another way. But Suno can write the lyrics perfectly fine on their own, and you just might have to tweak it a little bit. So one of the first kind of songs I did was a funk song. All right. So let's see. So I know I didn't write the words to this. So we're just going to go onto this song and we're going to click on it just to reuse the prompt so I can pull up exactly what was put on here. So now in this one, I put funk and all that. I put R&B, funk, melodic, soulful, and then breaks. Right? I was just starting out. I didn't know how to fully describe anything, but I was just giving it an idea. And then these are the lyrics above it, is what Suno came up with as the lyrics for it. Now, I also put in there Shades Radio. It's not showing me that on here. It's not showing me the lyric on here. But I also had put in like Shades Radio station. So it came up with some lyrics, and this is what it gave me, Shades Radio. So let's just play it and see what it sounded like. Shades Radio. Now, right off the bat, you can see he's saying Shades Radio, so he's singing a little bit weird. Rhythmic nights, ooh yeah, tune in, feeling that vibe tonight. All right, so you see what it's at. But now with that same prompt, it's going to generate you 2 different versions of the same song. All right, so this is the other version that it generated. 2 totally different styles right there off the same prompt. And it's going to use the same lyrics, but express it totally differently. Here's one that I just did the other day that I remember putting in 2 specific lyrics, which were like Shades Radio, the best in AI, or something like that. And then I also put in Suno AI or something like that. Now I didn't separate the A and the I, so it says it a little bit funny, like as in eyes. But this is what it came up with from that prompt.
Switching to the sound, everyone around. Got Shades Radio in our soul. We're funkified and bold. Bass thumping, hearts jumping. Let that rhythm unfold. Suno eyes, the wave, bringing stories untold. Keyboard strings so sleek, making the night unique. Horns blazing, energy amazing. They hit that peak. Bass guitar, oh so suave.
See, that's just describing the type of music that I want to do. Let's go back in and create one so you can see what we're doing here. All right, let's clear all this out. I just wanted to give you an idea of when you type in the genre of the music, it's gonna give you a song based on that. So one way to keep this straight is to utilize a good prompt. So you can come up with one in ChatGPT. You're just going to go into ChatGPT and tell me, describe like what kind of music's come from hip hop. Like what are some words to describe hip hop music? And then it's going to give you different things. Now, me personally, I picked certain things. So let's just take this prompt that we have for our funk and soul music from the last one. Loud, soul, R&B, classic funk, groove, funk, classic soul. So sometimes by reiterating the word multiple times, I find that it does react a little bit differently, right? It'll re-emphasize that a little bit more, that genre over the other genres. And then maybe even what you put first, it might prioritize that as well, right? So let's say, instead of loud, let's say quiet. So let's do some quiet funk. Because there's such a thing. There's such a thing as quiet funk. I don't know exactly what it is, but we'll find out soon. All right. Now, that's the description that we have so far. Now, what do we want it to talk about? Let's see. All right. Talk about drinking a bottle of water. Talk about drinking a refreshing bottle of water. And then what else? Then eating a peanut butter sandwich. These are just random thoughts, but all right. Well, how about after eating a peanut butter sandwich? That makes more sense. It's giving you autocorrect too, which helps people not to look like morons when they write. All right. We still have like about 50 more characters that we could put in. What's the name of this song? Peanut Butter Water. The song is called and then I'm gonna put this in quotes. I'll put this in quotes so it's definitely gonna say this. It's gonna definitely say these words. Peanut butter water. This is in quotes, so it's definitely gonna say that. But we want a song talking about drinking a refreshing bottle of water after eating a peanut butter sandwich. The song, all right, I forgot to say song. It would have interpreted that's what I meant anyway, and it was going to put that in there, but I'm going to just be specific. The song is called Peanut Butter Water. Okay, let's see what it comes up with. All right, and we're up to 191 characters. This is going to let Suno AI write the song for us and help us with the, and they're going to make the beat, obviously, but they're going to help us with creating all the lyrics. All we added was a title, which is Peanut Butter Water. And we said a quiet soul, R&B, classic funk, groove, funk, classic soul. Right, so it should be a funky song with some soul in it. Let's see what they come up with. And it doesn't take long to generate, and they generate 2 songs each time. So they're going to generate 2 versions of the same lyrics. And then you can generate more versions of those same lyrics and more versions and more versions. And then you'll have a whole bunch of lists like you see here. All right, let me see. All right, now as you can see on the bottom now, we have 2 new songs. Those are the ones with the red dots on them. All right, so we're going to take a listen to the first one, Peanut Butter Water.
Oh yeah. I had a sandwich, ooh, yeah, with that peanut spread. It stuck to my tongue, felt heavy in my head. Reaching for a drink, oh, what could it be? A bottle of water, refreshing me. Peanut butter water, clear and cool, makes me feel good like a playful fool. Sip it down easy, let it flow. Hydrating magic, now you know. Oh yeah, crunchy or smooth, I don't care. Just give me that H2O to pair. Gulp it down, it's a perfect blend, quenching that hunger till the very end. Peanut butter water, clear and cool, makes me feel good like a playful fool. Sip it down easy, let it flow. Hydrating magic, now you know. Ooh, the flavor mix, it's sweet and pure, nutty and liquid, that's the cure. When you're parched and need relief, that combo brings undeniable belief. Ooh, peanut butter water, clear and cool, makes me feel good like a playful fool. Sip it down easy, let it flow. Hydrating magic, now you know.
So you can see the lyrics there on the side, on the right hand side, you got the lyrics. Yeah, I wanted to see if there's going to hit any solos or anything. I didn't specify solos, but it did it anyway. All right, now you hear this version. Now it's going to also come up with a totally different version. All right, so let's check that out. Let's see what that sounds like. Now it's going to use the same lyrics, but it's going to give us a different rendition of that song.
I had a sandwich, ooh yeah, with that peanut spread. It stuck to my tongue, felt heavy in my head. Reaching for a drink, oh what could it be? A bottle of water, refreshing me. Peanut butter water, clear and cool, makes me feel good like a playful fool. Sip it down easy, let it flow. Hydrating magic, now you know.
See that?
Crunchy or smooth,
See that? So
I
that's
don't care. Just give me that.
see that? So that's how easy it is to create the songs in Suno. That's exactly how easy it is. Now we're gonna come back over to our window and look at something else that's a little bit more intricate. So as you see, that was with the lyrics still made available. Right, so that means like you wanted a song that was lyrics. But when I originally came to Suno, I was just looking for instrumentals. So you can put the instrumental option on, which is what I just clicked, and it'll give us an instrumental song. You know, that's just a funk song or whatever. So we're gonna call it Peanut Butter Water, but it's just gonna be a funk song because it shouldn't have any lyrics to it. It should just be an instrumental. So let's see what it generates now. Again, it doesn't take any real time to do it. I'm gonna show you as it's processing in real time. It's processing, boom, we already have 1, 2. See, we are that quick. We already have 2 generated songs. All right, so let's go back and see what they sound like. This is Peanut Butter Water, the instrumental. And you see that's just a nice little funk song. And see, and it's actually still generating a little bit. So that's why I don't want to just skip ahead or go to the next one, because that song is still generating too. It's still fully fleshing itself out as we speak. It's not completely completed generation, but it's playing what it has done so far. And that's indicated by the little circle swirling right there. What the? And for each song, it generates a little icon like that too, which you can also change. All right, you can keep it to download it, or when you put it public, that's the icon it'll show. Okay, that's a cool little icon. They're all AI generated, but you can change it as well. In order to change it, let me see if I can show you that while the beat's playing. We're going to go to the little three dots. We're going to hit edit details. And it's telling us the song title and stuff like that. It's not finished processing yet. You have to wait till it finishes processing. It's not going to allow me to change it until it's actually fully done. It's not fully done yet. When it's fully done, you'll be able to download it. And if that thing is still spinning, that means it's not done yet. See, it's still spinning. That means it's not exactly done yet. It's still cooking. They're cooking up the peanut butter water. But in the meantime, let's listen to the other version, which is also in the process of creating. Actually, that one finished first. You see here on the bottom, the time it made it a 4-minute song, which is the maximum amount of time that it'll make a song. But if you like the song, you can always extend it. You can always extend the song. See, if you see right next to each song, it says extend. And you would just click on that and you'll be able to extend it from any portion of the song, whether you want to extend it from the beginning or whether you want to extend it all the way at the end or somewhere in the middle. But again, this just made another funk song for us, okay? Generic funk song. Now, to be more specific, we'll tell it we want certain things in here. We'll say we want heavy drums, we want certain things in there. Now, the better part is once you get to the custom ability. All right. So let's go over to our custom side. All right. So in the custom window, it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to have two places where we're going to be able to describe. We're going to have two places where we're going to be able to describe what kind of music we want. All right. One is going to be where we put the lyrics, and the other part is going to be where we put the style of music. So here's our window up here for the lyrics, and here's our window down here for the style of music. So we're going to get that same amount of 200 characters to describe the music down here, but then we're going to get a whole extra 3,000 characters to put lyrics and whatever else descriptions that we wanted. We could use this and just describe it. We wouldn't have to put in lyrics. We would just put it inside brackets and describe it. So for instance, let's go to one of the songs. Now, to generate song lyrics, what's the best ways to generate song lyrics? Well, for me, what I like to do is go right over to ChatGPT. All right. And I go into ChatGPT. Once we're back into ChatGPT, What I like to do, and see, ChatGPT is a great source. It's a great source. Um, what I like to do is create personas, store them in ChatGPT, give them a backstory, give them affiliates, give them a name. Let's bring up our MC list. All right. All right, so what I like to do is create a persona for the MC, as well as give them a particular style of rhyming. And then when I create new songs for them, they'll write it in the same style that the person is used to writing in, and they'll use their backstory to influence the rhyme, right? And then all I have to do is just give them the subject matter for the rhyme, and then they'll write it in the voice of that persona that we've created and stored in ChatGPT. So as you can see, we have a number of AI artists here, and this is some of the description of how they rhyme. Okay, their affiliations, so it'll drop references and stuff like that in their rhymes, and maybe even refer back to some of their notable songs, right? As well as ChatGPT is using this to just store information about their previous rhymes. All right, so that's how we'll use a particular persona like that to create a song. So one of the personas that we have on there is named Vision. Where's Vision? Oh, there he is. Wordplay Master, XYZ. You see all that? That's one of these songs here. So let's bring one of these songs up. This is one of the songs that ChatGPT created for me using Vision's rhyme style. All right. Now we're gonna look at how this song is broken up. Okay. Right over here. I'll just make that just a tad bit bigger for you guys. All right. So now, as you can see, let's start at the top. This wasn't necessary to have in there. I don't know why that's in there still. All right. That's ChatGPT talking to me. All right. Intro, talking. See, when you put it in brackets, those are going to be commands to Suno to tell it what to do. Then when you're putting something in parentheses, that's usually it's usually for like ad libs, but you can also use it to give commands depending on where you put it and how it's notated. Like here, it's got the asterisks around it, so it's telling it low echo desert with sounds fading in. Right, so sometimes during some point during the song, you may hear that in the song. Okay, then it starts breaking down. This is the talking part, so it doesn't put it after verse. It just it says talking, and then it gives you lyrics of what it's going to say. Now it's going to interpret this as talking because that's what you just told it to do. Versus when you come down here and in brackets you tell it, no, this is the verse now. So we want all of these words to be rapped. So that's the difference. In the brackets up here, you're telling it this is going to be a talking part. So these words that follow are going to be talked, minus the stuff in the parentheses with the asterisks around it. That's another command, but usually that's what ChatGPT did. But usually I'll put those in brackets. But as it turns out, Suno was able to understand that as well. Okay, so computers know they know how each other thinks. Okay, so then it goes down into a verse. It doesn't have how it's broken up or anything. It'll have commas in key places, and it'll have line breaks in key places. So those line breaks let the Suno know that was a line from the song. And that's so you'll realize that's how it kind of makes up the patterns of the song. It goes by the line breaks, and where you put the commas at. And then if you put any space in between the line breaks, it may add a pause there and so forth. But sometimes you'll have to generate them multiple times in order to get the result that you want. Even for the same exact lyric, you're not changing anything. You're just making another generation of it, and then it's gonna give you a different rendition of it, of that same exact song. It'll give you a slightly different rendition of it. So then you take it from there. You might add another comma. You might leave it and just try another generation. Try it again, and so forth. Now here is another command. Two ways that Suno is understanding commands is if you put the bracket, but see, you're wasting characters when you put the asterisk and the parentheses, because sometimes you get up to 3,000 characters. You need that extra asterisk right there. So instead of wasting the two characters with an asterisk and a parentheses, just put a bracket, and it's going to interpret it as the same thing. Right. Now, when you're given a command as a DJ scratch, you're going to put a colon or a semicolon after it says DJ scratching, and then in quotes you're going to put what you want the DJ to be scratching. So you wanted to scratch vision. You wanted to scratch fandom, and then verses. You wanted to scratch dynasty. That's all stuff that I added in. Like that's what I want. Those were the words that I wanted him to be scratching, not just random scratching and stuff. I wanted him to be scratching those particular words. So that's how you make the notation for that. Okay. You're going to listen to it. You're going to come back in. You're going to take a word out. You're going to add a word to make it sound better, because you got the timing of what they're doing and you got the way that they're spitting it. But you might have to change the phrasing a little bit in order for it to sound better. Okay. So that's the editing and stuff that you're going to do. That's the hard part that you're going to have to do. All right, making it sound good after you already created, because it's not always going to sound good. It's going to sound however it sounds. All right, so let's listen to that particular track. Oh, this is just the vocals. My bad. That's just the vocals. Because then you can remaster it and separate the vocals from the instrumental. All right, so we'll get to that in 1 second.
The voice of the unseen.
You see that? So it's just giving me the vocals now.
Victor Ramon. Wax Fetish Records. We taking flight. DJ Dynasty on the decks. Spin it right. You ever feel like your words drift off into the ether? Let me bring you back Phantom Verses. Let's ride. The moon was a witness, the streets played accomplice. My thoughts form a canvas, I paint with a promise. Every bar is a comet, a streak in the abyss. I exist in the realm where the known meets a twist. Victor Ramon, the mirage in the distance. My words shape the moment, the verse is persistent. Dynasty cuts the rhythm, a surgical precision. I step from the shadows, a figure on a mission. The sands tell the stories, the winds hum the truths. Every grain of memory, every scar of proof. I rise like the phoenix, reborn from the fire. The architect of echoes, I build and inspire.
So that's a song called Phantom Verses, and I have a lot of different versions of that on here. Let's pull one
it's
up.
Vision, vivid and vicious, the slick linguist. My pen's prolific, painted scripts and hieroglyphics. The mystic, nomad, I roam.
All right, now the other thing is, I gave this guy a UK accent, so he's supposed to rap with a UK accent. So whenever it doesn't give me the proper UK accent, then I have to flip it, and it lets you use a reference song. And I'll get to that in 1 second. Let's see what the regular verse sounded like. Oh no, this is one of the versions I like.
Yo, it's Vision, the voice of the unseen. Victor Ramon, Wax Fetish Records. We taking flight. DJ Dynasty on the decks. Spin it right. You ever feel like your words drift off into the ether? Let me bring you back Phantom Verses. Let's ride. The moon was a witness, the streets played accomplice. My thoughts form a canvas, I paint with a promise. Every bar is a comet, a streak in the abyss. I exist in the realm where the known meets a twist. Victor Ramon, the mirage in the distance. My words shape the moment, the verse is persistent. Dynasty cuts the rhythm, a surgical precision. I step from the shadows, a figure on a mission. The sands tell the stories, the winds hum the truths. Every grain of memory, every scar of proof. I rise like the phoenix, reborn from the fire. build and inspire.
So you see how that turns out. ChatGPT and Suno. And whoever he's copying. Y'all probably don't know that this artist, but he's copying an artist.
I've been known to go solo, but back with Tech Nitty, we rode through the night, hollow night riders forever, though we drifted like shadows. Still carry the flame from the Bronx to El Paso. Dynasty spins the saga of a seeker. The cadence is a mirage, my flow's a heat seeker. Speak ether, phantom bars etched in stone. They whisper my name like the winds through a catacomb. I'm the last outlaw, outcasted renegade. Blaze trails where the sun burns and legends fade. Stay paid in dues, keep the mission alive. Wax fadish on the crest where the visions collide.
See, but he doesn't have the right accent right now, so he's not that one. I actually did use it for something, but and y'all be able to check that out on the channel. But he doesn't really have the right accent, so that's not really the official version of it. That wasn't the official version. Really, he's supposed to sound like this. He's supposed to have a UK accent, so I trained him to have a UK accent, and we'll maybe have to get into that in a different one because this video is already long. So I just wanted to introduce you.
We're back with Vision after hearing his track Vortex of Vision. That was deep, mate. Let's shift gears. Your first single, Phantom Verses, is creating serious waves. What makes that track
He's supposed to sound like
you?
that.
Phantom Verses is my manifesto. In it, it's me staking my claim in the game, showing people the power of the pen. Every line is sharp enough.
So that's how Vision's supposed to sound. He's supposed to have a UK accent. Let's see if one of these had it.
Yo. Dynasty, spin it up.
See, that's his accent. That's Victor Ramon, aka.
This one's for the heads. Villainous vibes, vibrate vividly, vocalize venom, victoriously venture, vex verses with venom, velocity vicious, verbal vortex invincible, vanguards vanish, victory the principle, vital veins pulse, vibrant vindication, vindictive vision.
You remember it described his persona in ChatGPT as being a wordplay master. You remember that? That's how it writes his rhymes. Right? That's how it uses his rhyme writing abilities. Okay? So basically that's like an introduction to it. We're gonna get a little bit more specific and some more in the next subsequent videos. So just stay tuned. Check it out. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a walkthrough. That should get your feet wet a little bit, make you not scared to be able to come here and try it. It's this easy, it's this simple. You see some of the things we use it, but I'll get more specific into it as we go on and we get a little bit deeper. And I'll give you some more of the tricks and stuff like that, and we'll get a lot more specific, all right, about how this thing really works. All right, so on the way out though, let's check out some jazz. We have a brand new artist named Goldie Chamberlain, and she does our jazz music. That's not really jazz. That's kind of like soft, smooth jazz. That's smooth jazz. Now I think we got the same song by a different artist. That's the rock version though. Come on now. Here's one. Here's a good one. There we go. Sandy Sinatra.
I'll never see again. City lights, they flicker on the water. Every whisper of the wind feels cold. You left without a word, it's getting harder to bear the stories that were left untold. A melody of moments we once cherished, now they echo in the silence of the night.